Is it rolling? Okay. Hi guys, this is Prashant here. I'm once again back on my channel, Indian Trifler Standup Comedy King Show. Keep calm and create something before it sucks. Yay! I've been doing a series of comedy episodes on my channel, and this is the 8th episode in the series. And I have been interacting with a few of my fellow amateur stand-up comedians. Because I'm not a professional comedian, right? So, I have to confess one thing, that I am a typical andhbhakt. Most of the guys would be wondering, a stand-up comedian and andhbhakt, they two just don't seem to go together, because being anti-Modi or anti-BJP and abusing the government and its policies has become like a religion for almost all stand-up comedians, and I'm a bit different. I would stand out of the crowd for being an andhbhakt. So stay hooked on with me in this episode, and you'll get a flavor of my type of comedy. So guys, I remember this one odd joke from my school days. And talking about school, I think, yes, I did go to school. I am a PhD, and PhD as in a Doctor of Philosophy, and not as in PhD permanent head damage. Okay, so that was a cool one. But yeah, I believe every one of you has attended school. Everyone has to, even if they don't want to or wish to, because unless you're the sole scion of a dynastic party, you know what I mean. So let's get back to the point. This one of those odd jokes we all would have heard during our school days. Let me just recollect it. So let me recollect that particular joke from our school days. I believe every one of you would have heard of this joke. Three friends, let's name them Amar, Akbar, Anthony. They are traveling together in a boat, and suddenly they are in the middle of a storm. There's thunderstorms and tempest and high winds and all, and they realize that they're not gonna survive this. So all three, they start praying to their gods. So what happens is, this guy Akbar, he starts praying to his god. He says, Allah the Almighty, I bow down to you, please come and save me. So Allah comes and saves him. The other guy, Anthony, starts praying to his god. He says, Jesus, that's the son of God, you are my only savior, and you're to please come and save me. So Jesus comes and saves this guy out. Amar starts praying to his god. He says, Ganapati Bappa, I've done so many pujas for you, please save me. And the boat starts shaking even more. So he starts praying to Lord Shiva, and then the wind blows more strongly. Then he starts praying to Lord Vishnu, and so on and so forth. And then the boat finally capsizes, and this guy Amar dies. And Amar reaches to the heavens, where he sees God, and he asks the gods, why am I here? Why didn't anybody save me? To which God replies that you were praying to every other god in your religion. You prayed to Ganpati, you prayed to Shiva, Vishnu, Durga, and so many other gods. So the issue was that all these gods started fighting within themselves as to who's gonna go down there and save you from the boat, and that's the reason there was a delay, and then you ended up dying, and that's how you reached here. Then he asks God that, what about my friends Akbar and Anthony? So to which the god says that, well, they are monotheists, right? So Akbar prayed to his god, so Allah saved him. Anthony prayed to his god, so Jesus saved him. So they got saved, and you, since because you are a polytheist, you're dead here and you're up in the heavens. So that was the joke that we probably all of us have heard in our school days. Now there's a twist here. This joke was actually created during the pre-independence era. That is, probably this is older than 1947. So once India got independent, this joke took another form in the so-called secular India. The story goes like this, that these three same friends, Amar, Akbar, Anthony, they are inside a boat in the middle of the ocean, and they are struck by a tempest. They are in the middle of a storm, and as usual, Amar starts praying to several of his Hindu gods, and what happens next is, as usual, as in the earlier story, Akbar starts praying to his God Almighty Allah, and Anthony starts praying to his God, that is the Son of God, Jesus. But what happens, there's a twist, because now India is secular. So what happens is, they both stop in the middle, that is the Akbar and Anthony, they stop their prayers in the middle, and they watch what Amar is doing. And they see that this Amar is an idiot. I mean, he is a polytheist, he doesn't believe in one God. So they start advising him that please don't do this, stop this. Amar says, you have to bow down to Allah the Almighty, only He can save you. And Anthony chips in and says, you have to accept Jesus as your only savior, only He can save you, nobody else. Now Amar gets confused, okay, and Amar says, well, I'm ready to stop praying to my gods, but first you two guys decide who's the greatest of all, like whether your god, whether Akbar's god or Anthony's god. To which these two guys, Akbar and Anthony, they start fighting with each other, and Amar as usual continues praying to his gods, and in due course of time the boat again as usual capsizes, and they all three of them die, and all three of them reach the heavens, where they face God. And Amar this time asks, what is the issue now, God? Last time when I prayed to all my Hindu gods, you said that they were fighting with each other, there was a delay, and that's why I couldn't be saved. Now this time I did not flinch in my devotion. There were others who were trying to force me to pray to their god, and I didn't do that. Still, why am I dead? Then to which God remains silent. And then it strikes Amar that his other two friends, Akbar and Anthony, are next to him. So he's happy looking at them, and then he asks God, well, what happened to me I can still understand, but why are these two guys here? They are supposed to be monotheists, right? So their gods should have actually saved them. Now to which God replies, opens his mouth and says, boy, last time the issue was with only your pantheon of gods as a polytheist. This time you made even Allah and Jesus fight with each other. That's why they also ended up being dead, and they have reached the heavens over here with you. So that's the second version of this famous joke. And well, the joke has took on a new form post 2014, and it goes like this. It begins the same way. Three friends, Amar, Akbar, Anthony, they are in a boat in the middle of the ocean, and they are struck with a storm. There's thunderstorms, there's hails, and so many other things, vagaries in the weather. There's a huge tempest, and all three are afraid, scared. They start praying once again to their respective gods. So as usual, Akbar starts praying to his Almighty Allah. Anthony starts praying to his God, the Son of God, Jesus. And Amar, strangely enough, does not pray at all. Now these two friends, Akbar and Anthony, they are taken aback. They see that Amar is smiling and sailing coolly, sitting coolly, and he is not scared at all, and he's not calling upon the names of his gods, or any gods for that matter. And they start yelling at him that, hey, you idiot, don't you know that we are in the middle of a storm and this boat is sinking? We are in the middle of a tempest. You need to start praying with us. Pray to any god at least. Mine, yours, doesn't matter, just start praying. And to which Amar smiles, waves his hand and says, don't you realize this time it's your boat that's sinking? I'm in another boat this time. So this was the twist in the so-called joke or anecdote, which I feel was created in the first place to denigrate whatever is Indian, Indian culture and heritage, to make polytheists feel doubtful or helpless about their own religion. So the twist in the story, and you can see how it has taken a turn from pre-independent era to secular India to post 2014 era. So my only objective to present this joke was not to hurt anyone's religious sentiments, but to put across the case of Hindu mesia. Yes, Hindu mesia is the real problem. Let me explain about it in a minute. What is Hindu mesia? It is a hideous form of religious bigotry perpetrated allegedly by the Abrahamic religions against polytheists, which also includes Hindus. Now, over the last few years, we have seen a lot of trends. Hashtag Islamophobia, hashtag Hinduphobia. I think these phobias are not the real problem. The real problem that we as Indians are facing day in and day out over the last few decades is Hindu mesia. I'll come to it as to why and how of it. But let me also just share with you that back in our days, school and college days, even we used to hold conferences. I'm talking about school, college level or university level conferences because just about 2 months back there was a particular conference titled as Dismantling Global Hindutva. I think it was organized by a consortium or a group of 40 universities, and I don't know, God only knows what they discussed and what's the propaganda or agenda behind that is. I'm not no one to comment on that, but I just want to draw a correlation that back in our days, as a common man, we would hold conferences on stuff like the canteen sucks and we need to change the menu of the canteen, and the toilet needs to be cleaner, not as in hygienically, but regarding the odd and vulgar messages that need to be wiped out or painted over. I mean, everybody can relate to it, especially the boys' washroom. Near the urinals, it would be written "Aapka bhavishya aapke haath mein hai." So these were the topics that we would usually hold conferences on. And look at 2021, where have we come? People, students, they are holding conferences on imaginary things like dismantling global Hindutva. How can one dismantle global Hindutva? I don't get it. Hindutva and Hinduism are one and the same. Hinduism is the English word of those who follow Hinduism as a religion, or those who are Hindus. Hindutva is a Sanskrit word for the same thing. So how can you dismantle global Hindutva when there are so many Hindus in India and all over the world? So this really shows what the pandemic or lockdown has done to their minds, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. So this topic actually also reminds me of a small conversation I was having with my friends. I was actually having a discussion or kind of argument with my friends, me and myself. Yeah, those are my friends. I have a friend called me, and I have another friend called myself. So I, me, myself. We three met together and after many years, and I said, Islamophobia is unreal. It's a propaganda. To which me interrupted, saying, yes, bro, Hinduphobia is the real problem. Where myself added, true that. Who's afraid of Muslims? I mean, tell me, literally, who's afraid of Muslims? Most people are shit scared of Hindus. I mean, we have ample of evidence. People like Nazruddin Shah, Amir Khan, Swara Bhaskar, the Twitterati, the Award Wapsi gang, there are so many, the Raita wing, the list is quite long. All these people, they are scared of Hindus and scared of staying in the new India in the last few years. Isn't it so? Wherein I quote, yes, you guys are absolutely right. and I can prove it. See, there are several Hanuman Nagars all over India. Do you get when I say that? There are several Hanuman Nagars all over India, and there are hundreds of Mehboob Nagars also throughout India. And the funniest part is, just go to any Hanuman Nagar, pick any Hanuman Nagar from this Jumri Talaya to Timbuktu or wherever. Pick any Hanuman Nagar in India, and you'll find out that Hanuman Nagar is totally infested with Hindus. You won't find a single Muslim family, not even a single Muslim guy in that area, isn't it? So that's a fact, right? And you just walk into the calm and peaceful Mehboob Nagar, any Mehboob Nagar across India, and amidst all the hundreds of Muslim families, you will find at least a dozen Hindu families staying peacefully over there, sharing their happiness with everyone else, right? So this is the stark contrast, right? So when you go to Hanuman Nagar, you don't see a single Muslim. They're scared of the Hindus, isn't it so? They don't stay in Hanuman Nagars, but in stark contrast, when you go to Mehboob Nagar, in every pocket you'll find a dozen Hindu families who are quite peaceful and happy over there. So one more point is, in fact, when you go to Mehboob Nagar, even the land over there, you see the land on which the houses are built, it's owned by what the fuck board of Hindus, isn't it so? As my friends, me and myself, were reminiscing our old days, we also remembered our gully cricket, the box type cricket that we used to play. I think everyone is in India is aware of it. It used to be typically Hanuman Nagar versus Mehboob Nagar cricket match. And let me give you the background. You know, in an ideal situation, what should happen? If the Hanuman Nagar team loses, the Mehboob Nagar team should celebrate their win, right? And if the Mehboob Nagar team loses, the Hanuman Nagar people should celebrate their win, right? But what used to happen often over there is, in case the Mehboob Nagar team wins, Hanuman Nagar team loses, fine. The Mehboob Nagar team will definitely celebrate. The Mehboob Nagar people will definitely celebrate the win of their team. But whenever Hanuman Nagar team won and the Mehboob Nagar team lost, okay, both the Hanuman Nagar and Mehboob Nagar people used to celebrate. In fact, the Mehboob Nagar people used to burst firecrackers in celebration solidarity with the Hanuman Nagar residents. They were so secular that they would rejoice at the loss of their own team. Hashtag Ahamevyaham. And yes, I'm talking about something 20 years back. I'm not talking about T20. Please don't mix those two things. And I have to repeat that all this is satirical comedy, a parody. And in case I've hurt your feelings, then please, you better change it. Afghan jalebi, masuk farabi. Bhai wah, bhai wah, bhai wah, bhai wah. You can't bol raha hai. Oh my goodness, the big boss is here. The big boss, I mean Salman Khan. Sir, मुझे पता नहीं चल रहा मैं बोलूँ तो क्या कहूँ, बिकॉज आई मीन मेरे जैसे ऐसे मतलब इतने छोटे से शो पे आप आए हैं. जस्ट एक रिक्वेस्ट सर मैं आपको भाई बुला सकता हूँ क्या? भाई यस यू कैन कॉल मी भाई, लेकिन मुझे सल्लू मत बोलना, क्योंकि तुम सल्लू बोलोगे और मुझे किसी का पल्लू याद आ जाएगा. Thank you very much, Sallu. I mean, sorry, ओनली भाई। थैंक यू वेरी मच भाई। लेकिन ये मुझे लगा आप आपके फेवरेट गाने पे एंट्री मारोगे, आपका जो टाइटल ट्रैक पे, मतलब इस गाने पे। नो ब्रो नो, इस गाने पे मैं एंट्री नहीं कर सकता यार। इस मूवी में मैं जितना पिटा हूँ उतना नहीं पिटा हूँ जिंदगी में, और इसीलिए मैं तुम्हारे शो पे आऊँ यार। बात तो समझो मेरी। राधे का नाम लेते ही मैं पास्ट में चला जाता हूँ। ऐसे करते हो, ये कुछ आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम है या ये क्या है? प्लीज आप बताएंगे, बहुत सारे व्यूअर्स मेरे जानना चाहते हैं। तुम्हारा सवाल एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट है। ये जो मैं करता हूँ ये कोई नक का प्रॉब्लम नहीं ब्रो। ये मैं एक्चुअली योगा करता हूँ, प्राणायाम, बाबा रामदेव, और ये योगा करने से ही तुम्हारा भाई आज भाई है। भाई ये तो मैं समझ गया, आपकी पिछली फिल्म राधे जो पिट गई पूरी तरह, उस वजह से आप मेरे शो पे आए। आप कह रहे हैं मतलब आप मेरी तारीफ कर रहे हैं या मेरी उतार रहे हैं? समझ में नहीं आ रहा भाई, जरा बता दीजिए। ब्रदर, मैं तुमको इतना अच्छा कॉम्प्लीमेंट दे रहा हूँ। मैं तुम्हारे शो पे आकर अपने ही पुराने शो 10 का दम रीलॉन्च करने आया हूँ, और साथ में कंटेस्टेंट भी लाया हूँ। उस कंटेस्टेंट का नाम है शायद तुम जानते ही होगे। उसका नाम कुछ ऐसे है, तेरी माँ का 2 पाई 4 साला समथिंग समथिंग। देखिए उसे मैं साथ में ही लाया हूँ। आजा 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 आजा। Sir, Ramma Nandri, from the bottom of my heart, sir. Thank you. But what is this, sir? I really do not like this, sir. You can't pronounce my name properly. My full name is Trivikramadvaiphayanacharya Swami. I don't like this thing about you North Indians, sir, including you, sir. With full due respect to you, sir. There are so many people who cannot pronounce my name. ये गलत बात है सर. How is this, sir? This is not fair, sir. इसलिए मैं इसकी वजह से आपको एक solution देता सर. Instead of calling my full name and making hundreds and thousands of mistakes in the process of calling my name, you can call me TDS. Trivikramadvaiphayanacharya Swami, TDS. Okay, TDST, अब हम खेलेंगे 10 का दम। लेकिन मेरा एक सवाल, शो शुरू करने से पहले मैं ये जानना चाहता हूँ कि आपने अपना मुंह खोले बिना अपना इंट्रो कैसे दिया? What, sir? I knew you are going to ask me this question, sir. It is very simple, sir. My name Trivikramadvaiphayanacharya Swami. TDS also means tax deducted at source. अभी आपको मालूम होगा सर, मैं भी आपको नहीं मालूम, लेकिन जितना लोग को सैलरी आता है उन सबको मालूम सर. Before the salary gets credited into your account, the tax is deducted at source. सैलरी बाद में क्रेडिट होता, टैक्स पहले कटता. वैसे ही आपके मन में जो सवाल आता, आपके मन में सवाल बाद में आता, पहले से जवाब देता. इसीलिए बिना मुंह खोले मैं आंसर कर दिया सर. इट इज दैट सिंपल. ओके टीडीएस जी, चलिए आप और हम शुरू करते हैं हमारा शो 10 का दम। और याद रखिए ये शो आपको अपने मुंह से खेलना है, बिल्कुल वैसे ही जैसे हमारे एक आदरणीय मंत्री जी रोज खेल रहे हैं एक एनसीबी ऑफिसर के साथ जब से वो स्टार किड अंदर गया है। हमने बोला बच्चे की जान लोगे क्या, तो उसको बाहर छोड़ दिया। कमबख्त मेरे टाइम पे कहाँ मर गए थे सब के सब।
सर आपके मुंह से ये डायलॉग आपको सूट नहीं करता सर। बच्चे का जान लेगा ये डायलॉग आपको सूट ही नहीं करता सर। डोंट यू रिमेम्बर आपका वो ट्रंक ड्राइविंग केस, देन ब्लैक बक केस, और वो कमांडो रविंद्र पाटिल का क्या हो गया? जस्ट टेलिंग सर, इट्स न्यूज में सर। आई एम नॉट सेइंग एनीथिंग, दिस इज इन न्यूज सर।
अबे टीडीएस चिरगुज़े, तुझे मुंह से खेलने के लिए बोला है, हगने के लिए नहीं। अरे कट कर दे रहा।
I'm very very sorry sir. I mean I just took the liberty due to the freedom of speech given by Article 19, Article 21 of the Constitution of India sir. Nothing more sir, and I'm extremely sorry sir.
अरे यार, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का तो मुझे पता नहीं, लेकिन मिस्टर टीडीएस जी आप मुझे कॉन्स्टिपेशन जरूर दे देंगे। Anyhow, हम हमारा गेम शुरू करते हैं और आपके लिए है ये पहला सवाल। हम आपको कुछ क्लिप्स दिखाएंगे स्क्रीन पर, वो देख कर आप बताइए हमें इनमें से कौन सा एड सबसे ज्यादा सेक्युलर है और उसमें सेक्युलरिज्म की घुट्टी कितने प्रतिशत है। देखिए।
एक से दूजा सिरा जोड़ लेंगे, एक बंधन बुनते जाएंगे।
वाह, ये रस्म तो आपके घर पे होती भी नहीं है ना?
पर बिटिया को खुश रखने की रस्म तो हर घर में होती है ना। एक जो हुए हम तो क्या ना कर जाएंगे।
Sir, till now I was only demonstrating my special ability of brain-to-brain communication, sir. अभी देखो मेरा मुंह हिलता है, my lips are moving, right? तो मैं मुंह से बोलता है, sir. And regarding this particular question, ये जो आपने ऐड दिखा है इसमें it is very very obvious, sir. It is the second one which wins the award for the most secular ad. By the way, आपने जो क्वेश्चन पूछा उसमें मेरे को एक डाउट है। वो डाउट ये है कि आपने जो पूछे वो सेक्युलर जो पूछा आपने SECULAR स्पेलिंग वाला सेक्युलर पूछा या SICKULAR secular वाला पूछा। Anyway, it doesn't matter either way. It is the second ad, sir. That is the most secular ad. The only one problem I have is that ad is only like secularism only from one way, one direction. What I want to see actually is, sir, एक काम करो, आप पहले जाके शादी करो और शादी आप एक हिंदू फैमिली में करो। आप शादी हिंदू फैमिली में करेगा, आपका शादी के टाइम पे क्या होएगा मैं बताता ही। वो हमारे फैमिली वाला हिंदू फैमिली वाला लोग आपका पैर धोएगा पानी से। बड़ा बड़ा लोग आके आपसे उम्र में बड़ा लोग आपका पैर धोएगा। आप उस शादी के बाद फर्स्ट टाइम आप फादर इन लॉ का घर जाएगा, उधर भी वो आपका पैर धोएगा। दिस इज आवर कल्चर सर। सेक्युलरिज्म हैज टू बी टू वे सर, नॉट वन वे। और वी बिलीव इन वसुदैव कुटुंबकम सर। द वर्ल्ड इज बट वन फैमिली। लेकिन ये मीडिया वाला सिर्फ एक ही साइड बताता है सर। एनीहाउ आप आगे बताओ, आगे और पूछो। आई एम रेडी सर, आई एम फुल्ली रेडी टुडे सर। TDS जी, आपका जवाब बिल्कुल सही है, बिल्कुल सही। लेकिन रिगार्डिंग योर रिक्वेस्ट यार, मैं शादी कर लूँगा तो फिर हाउ विल आई रिमेन द मोस्ट एलिजिबल बैचलर ऑफ इंडिया? ये नहीं हो सकता यार। एनीहाउ लेट्स मूव ऑन। TDS जी, ये है आपके लिए नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। फिर से हम आपको 3-4 क्लिप्स दिखाएंगे। इसमें से आप बताइए कि कौन सा क्लिप सबसे ज्यादा लिबरल है और उसमें लिबरलिज्म का लॉलीपॉप कितने प्रतिशत है।
चढ़ जाए जिया आए पिया घर रहिया आए पिया घर रहिया जश्न रिवाज
टांग का टुकड़ा लगोगी दोनों।
जब ऐसा हो निखार आपका तो दुनिया की सोच कैसे ना बदले।
Sir, what is this, sir? I expected that you will be asking real tough questions as per my level. But you are asking questions below the belt, sir, below the belt. You understand what I mean? So in this case, तो वो जो नंबर 4 ad वो बेस्ट वो सबसे ज्यादा मोस्ट लिबरल ad, sir. Because as per the current trend, the way our world and this nation is going, sir, the more you support this LGBTQAIXYZ, I don't know how long it will go, sir. Whatever they want to add into it, LGBTQAI plus XYZ, whatever. So if you support this, you are considered the most liberal, sir. And anyhow, as per the Indian law, Article 377, even this LGBTQAI plus everything is legal, sir. But what I don't understand is why are they linking this LGBTQAI plus with Hindu festival, sir. This Karva Chauth, you only North Indian people celebrate it. We celebrate Bhima Amavasya, but it is good if South Indian had made an ad, they would have made an Bhima Amavasya instead of Karva Chauth. But this linking of this particular subject with this our Hindu festival, I 100% believe that this is intentional, illegal, immoral, and I protest over this, sir. And in this liberalism has crossed 200%, sir, 200% pakka. TDSG, you are once again absolutely correct. और ये जो आपने अभी बात कही, ऐसी चीज़ों पे मैं कमेंट नहीं करता, ऐसी चीज़ों से मैं दूर रहता हूँ। तो चलिए आपके अगले सवाल पर जाते हैं। आपका नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है, अभी जो हम दिखाएंगे आपको 3-4 एड्स क्लिप्स, इसमें सबसे ज़्यादा यार बैकस्टेज मैंने प्रैक्टिस की थी। इसमें से कौन सा एड सबसे ज्यादा सोशलिस्टिक है और उसमें ये सोशलिज्म का पेड़ा कितने प्रतिशत है?
अलग हो जाना, पराया हो जाना, किसी और के हाथ सौंपा जाना, मैं कोई दान करने की चीज हूं, क्यों सिर्फ कन्यादान? नया आइडिया, कन्या मान।
अनार बॉम्ब, सुतली बॉम्ब, चक्कर गिन्नी। आज अगर हमारी टीम छक्के छुड़ाती है तो हम भी पटाखे छुड़ाएंगे, लेकिन कहाँ? सोसाइटी के अंदर, रोड गाड़ी चलाने के लिए, पटाखे जलाने के लिए नहीं।
एक दिन हम ऐसे समझदार होंगे।
Sir, as far as my intelligence goes, socialism is a two-edged sword. But anyway, socialism में अभी इसमें जो नंबर 8 वाला ऐड है वो टायर वाला वो विनर है सर. उसके अंदर सोशलिज्म 400% है सर, 400%. बिकॉज द रीजन इज ये जो सोशलिज्म है या सोशल मैसेज है ये सब लोगों को सिर्फ एक हिंदू फेस्टिवल के टाइम पर ही याद आता है. बाकी दूसरा कोई रिलीजियस फेस्टिवल में किसी को कुछ याद नहीं आता है. ये मेरे को समझ में नहीं आता. I really cannot digest this fact, sir. And what I want to ask here is that वो जो एक्टर है जिसने ये ऐड किया है उस एक्टर को और बाकी पब्लिक और मीडिया को भी शॉर्ट टर्म मेमोरी लॉस कुछ है तो हमको बताओ सर. I want to know this really, sir. Serious G, you are once again absolutely correct. And regarding जो आपने शॉर्ट टर्म मेमोरी लॉस की बात की तो ये तो प्रॉब्लम मुझे भी है टीडीएस जी. कभी कभी मैं बैंड्रा को दुबई समझता हूँ और दुबई को बैंड्रा. एनीवेज हम इस शो में आगे की ओर बढ़ते हैं और ये रहा आपका नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. अभी जो क्लिप्स दिखाएंगे उनमें से कौन सा विलन सबसे ज्यादा मॉडर्न है और उस विलन में मॉडर्निटी का चश्मा कितने प्रतिशत है बताइए.
சட்டம் ஓஹோ இந்த எழுபதவங்க சட்டம் சொல்லுதோ நல்லா கேட்டுக்கங்க. வர்ற 12ஆம் தேதி நிறைஞ்ச அமாவாசை அன்னைக்கு நான் சொத்தை வித்துக்கிறேன். அதுக்குள்ள இந்த சட்டம் சொல்ற எல்லா இடமும் வந்து
आपके गृह विनाश का अशुभ योग है. इसी वर्ष जीवन संगिनी का साथ छूट सकता है और इसी साल आपका भी मृत्यु योग है. ये मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूं, आपकी जन्म कुंडली बोल रही है.
दूसरे की जन्म कुंडली देखत हो कभी अपना भी देखा है?
हाँ, अपना भी देखा है.
क्या कहती है तोरी जन्म कुंडली? कब तक जिंदा रहोगे?
जीवेम शरदम शतम, मैं 100 साल तक जिंदा रहूंगा.
100 साल? चलो पकड़ा हो.
अय्यो आंधवने खड़ुबड़े ये कैसा मूवी बना था. लोग बनाने वाला तो बना था, देखने वाला कैसा देखते मेरे को समझ में नहीं आते. As far as your question is concerned, this number 12 is the winner in this case, sir, for modernity का चश्मा. Because इसमें क्या किया लोग ने, क्या दिखाया सीन कैसा सर मेरे समझ में नहीं आया. बिकॉज उसमें इतना अच्छा प्रखंड विद्वान पंडित ज्योतिषी को वो पॉलिटिशियन ऐसा गन से उड़ा देते, आई शूट करते. ये ऐसा कैसे? इट इज इम्पॉसिबल सर. एंड दिस इज व्हाट आई हैव द प्रॉब्लम विथ एवरीथिंग. बॉलीवुड, टॉलीवुड, मॉलीवुड, कॉलीवुड, एनीवुड, हमेशा एक ही पर्टिकुलर रिलीजन को, मतलब हमारे रिलीजन को, हिंदुइज्म को इतना बैड शेप में, इतना नेगेटिव में बना के दिखाते. जितना विलन है वो सब एक डिवोट हिंदू का जैसे दिखाते. दूसरा कोई रिलीजन का कोई विलन नहीं होता या ऐसा समझ में नहीं आता मेरे को. टोटली इट इज कंफ्यूजिंग सर. एंड ये देखने वाला पब्लिक कितना पागल. और इसमें तो मॉडर्निटी क्या 1 2 3 4 1000% मॉडर्निटी है सर. आज पर करंट ट्रेंड एंड डेफिनेशन है. TDS. You are, after all, getting correct and only correct answers, TDS. But for your kind information, मेरी movies में ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता. No way, no way, no way. This is the only pie of Bollywood. और मेरी movies में ऐसा कुछ भी गड़बड़ नहीं होता. Moving on to your last and final question of the show. Das Kadam. Here is your question. The next question. अभी जो क्लिप दिखाएंगे, इनमें से कौन सा विलन सबसे ज्यादा सिक्योर है, और उस विलन में सिक्योरिटी का कीड़ा कितने प्रतिशत है? देख के बताइए टीडीएस जी.
చెయ్యను, ఎందుకో నువ్వు నాకు బాగా నచ్చావు, అందుకే.
ఇదేమిటండి, నేను క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ అడిగితే మీరు డైలీ పేపర్ ఇచ్చారేంటి?
అది డైలీ పేపర్ కాదు, క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్లు చదవడం రాయడం ఎందుకని ఏకంగా 2 నెలల తర్వాత రాబోయే ఇంటర్ రిజల్ట్స్ పడ్డ పేపర్ అయితే తెప్పించాను. చూసుకో, నువ్వు అందులో ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ లో పాస్ అయ్యావు.
నిజమేనా? ఏది 6634? హాయ్, నేను నిజంగానే ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ లో పాస్ అయ్యాను. నేను ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ లో పాస్ అయ్యాను.
నీ అమాయకత్వం నచ్చింది కనుక నీకు పరీక్షలో ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ ఇచ్చాను. నీ అందం నచ్చింది కనుక నీకు జీవితంలో కూడా ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ ఇస్తాను. నీకు 100 ఏళ్ళు వచ్చినా సరే ఇదే వయసుతో ఇదే అందం ఉండేటట్టు చేస్తాను.
ఏమిటి, నేను ఎప్పటికీ ఇలాగే ఉండిపోతానా? ఎప్పటికీ?
అవును, కానీ ఈ 4 రోజుల్లో నేను చెప్పినట్టు చెయ్యాలి.
అలాగే చేస్తాను.
तुमने अभी जो भेंट चढ़ाई है वो सिर्फ 50 लाख रुपए है.
लेकिन अभी वो कुर्सी तो मिली ही नहीं स्वामी. मिनिस्टर होने के बाद 50 लाख और भेंट कर दूंगा. मेरे पास तो इस वक्त एक फूटी कौड़ी भी नहीं है.
फूटी कौड़ी नहीं है? तेरा स्विस बैंक अकाउंट नंबर है 0814, कोड क्रोकोडाइल 123 अकाउंट में you have francs worth of 3,75,216 rupees and.
बस स्वामी बस, बाकी के 50 लाख का 5 मिनट में इंतजाम करता हूँ. तेरी तो मैं माफ कीजिए परेशानी में गालियां बकने लगता हूँ. अभी लाता हूँ स्वामी.
சோழி முடிச்சு இந்த பாவி ரட்சியம் ஆண்டுவா. வேணாம் டேய், இந்த சண்டை போடுறது உங்களுக்காக தான்டா. இன்னொரு தடவை உங்க கை கத்திய பிடிச்சிடக்கூடாது, முத்தி பாத மாதிரி போயிடக்கூடாதுன்னு தானே போராடுறேன். ஒருத்தன் கை வாங்க கூடாது. பின்னாடி போ. வாவா தியாரே ஊட்டாண்ட நீ வரான் காட்டி நான் விட மாட்டேன். ஜாம் பஜார் ஜக்கு நான் சைதா பேட்ட கொக்கே. எப்படி இது? சாவ போற கடைசி நேரத்துலயும் பாடம் எடுக்கிறிய. த லாஸ்ட் லெசன் ஆவாத்தி.
No, sir. What, sir? You're telling a plain white lie, sir. ऐसा नहीं बोलने का TDS के सामने, ऐसा नहीं बोलने का कभी भी. Sir, be it the Twitterati, the liberal, the award Vapsi gang, the Lutyens gang, the Raitha wing, and if I may take the liberty, even your Khan gang, and the general Godi media, all of this is done against one particular community, sir. I have been seeing this in so many last few years, sir. And what are you saying, sir? Your movies, I can count. It came in one of the questions also, sir. Look at the Amrish Puri, who is a Kali Bhakta in your movie, Karan Arjuna. What about your Bajarangi Bhaijan? That went to an international level, sir. Between India and Pakistan, you are creating a love, sacrifice and all. What is all this, sir? I mean, there is a whole long list if I have to take the name, sir. But anyhow, coming back to your question. In this particular lot, the best the most secular villain is my favorite movie, sir. Tamil Pada, sir. I have seen this movie 12 times. Again and again I have seen this movie, sir, because my favorite actor Vijay is there. No, not the hero Vijay Joseph. This I'm talking about my favorite actor Vijay Sethupathi. What a fine actor, sir. You watch any of his movies, sir, you will become a fan if you can understand the South Indian languages, especially Tamil. So this you saw the clip, sir. In the close-up you can see what is the Sethupathi sir wearing. He's wearing Rudraksha mala in his neck. Then he's wearing a Tulsi bracelet in his right hand. Then he's also wearing the Christian cross in his neck. Plus, along with that, he's also wearing the Mohammedan talisman, what he call it, tabiz. So it is like he is respecting and following all religions and still doing the bad work. Unlike all the other villains who used to be only Hindu and then they used to become villains. In this particular villain, he is praying to all the religious gods and then becoming the villain. So he is the most secular villain, sir. I think secularism is in his blood, sir. This is such a super movie, sir. You also go and watch, sir. And he should get the most secular villain award, sir. I have never seen such a splendid super villain in my life, sir. Sethupathi ka Oppada Ramba best, sir. Seriously, once again, you are absolutely correct. आपने सही जवाब दिया, बिल्कुल सही जवाब. And for our guest and contestant TDSG, give a big hand of applause. Well played. So TDSG, आप क्योंकि इस शो में पहली बार आए हैं, I have a bonus question for you, and here is the question. ये वाला क्लिप देखिए और इस क्लिप में आपको बताना है ये क्लिप देखने के बाद कि इसमें हिंदुमीसिया जो टर्म है, गूगल करके आप देख सकते हैं, लेकिन ये जो हिंदुमीसिया है ये कितने प्रतिशत है इस मूवी में.
यहाँ नए श्रीमंत है, सुनिए.
विनायक राव है यहाँ के नए श्रीमंत.
उस गौमांस के सौदागर के साथ क्या कर रहे हैं?
इनका परिचय
मित्र है हमारे. अधिकारी बनने के लिए पैसे से ज्यादा कुछ देना.
सुनिए, 4 पैसे ज्यादा ले लीजिए.
इतनी जल्दी मुंह का स्वाद नहीं खराब करना.
धन्यवाद सरकार.
क्यों?
आज आजादी का सप्ताह है.
मिल गई आजादी?
जी. धन्यवाद सरकार. आपसे राहू द्या. चालेल. धन्यवाद.
Hey Raghav, he must be paying you in gold.
Any metal with King George handsome face on it turns to gold.
I saw you follow him the other day.
अब रोज की लेन देन है, नजर तो रखनी पड़ेगी. आप भी तो मेरा ध्यान रखते हैं.
For this bonus question, I think I have no comments. You have to once again talk to my brain, sir. Brain, please talk to my brain.
What a movie, sir. I actually loved this movie, sir. This movie was nominated to the Oscars last year or year before that, whatever, but it went to the Oscars, sir. It was a very, very nice movie. The whole storyline, the plot, the screenplay, the direction, everything was fantastic, sir, except one thing. That thing is the whole movie revolves around the protagonist and a few of his friends, all of which are upper class, elite, greedy Brahmins of pre-independent India. And That is one thing which I did not like, sir. I myself also am a Brahmin, sir. But see, look at me. Since pre-independence era, we did not get anything, sir. Neither from the government, neither from the British, nor from the Indian government. We are not eligible for reservation. We have to compete in the general, and there is no one to support us. Even the seculars and liberals, they always curse us. We have been given a very bad narrative in the history books also, sir. Whereas the truth is totally different, sir. I don't know, I can go on and on this topic, sir. But let me also add that this year's one of splendid movies came, sir. Sardar Udham. Sardar Udham Singh, his sacrifice, his story of what he did for the nation, sir, after the math of the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. But see, sir, these British people and the American people and all those different foreign awards, Oscar, Grammy, whatever that is, they rejected, sir, this Sardar Udham movie, sir, because they felt that it portrayed the British in a very bad manner, and this is only a revenge story, sir. But you see, you compare that movie Tumbad with Sardar Udham, and you can see the differences are. The only reason why Tumbad got accepted was that it was as per the liberal secular agenda, sir, and the only reason Sardar Udham got rejected was that it was against the secular and stupid agenda, sir. This is all I had to say, sir. After saying all this, I don't know, sir. Even if I lose the show, sir, I don't mind, sir, because I said whatever was in my heart, sir. Thank you very much, sir. You're great, sir.
TDSG. Well played, well played. A big round of applause for TDSG. आपने हमारे साथ 10 कदम खेल के हम सबको एंटरटेन किया और सारे सवालों को बिल्कुल करेक्टली आंसर किया, इसलिए हम आपको इस शो का विनर घोषित करना चाहते हैं। और उसके पहले हम आपको ये बता दें कि इस शो के विनर को क्या मिलेगा।
एक्सक्यूज मी सर, सर सुनो, आपको जल्दी निकलना पड़ेगा यहाँ से। चलिए, आपके गैलेक्सी में वो भाई का फोन आया है कि वो वांकड़े साहब की टीम मन्नत पहुंची है सर। आप जल्दी जल्दी चलो, आपको निकलना होगा गैलेक्सी।
Okay, sorry guys, I have got some urgent emergency. मैं फिलहाल चलता हूँ, तब तक whatever. Editor, वो एक काम करो, मेरे बॉडी डबल, मेरे डुप्लीकेट को डाल के एडिट कर लेना यार, मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है। I have to go. What a show it was. Guys, I know I'm clapping, but I don't know whether I'm clapping for the anchor or for the contestant. So confused. That was a good show though, and I have one more special guest this time, who is a very special guest. He has come down directly from the heavens into my show to deliver a special message. Watch it. First of all, thank you for inviting me to your show. You want to know my views on Indonesia? I will tell you. Indonesia, ये जो शब्द है, मेरे काल में इसका जन्म नहीं हुआ था। इस शब्द का जन्म मेरे मरणोपरांत हुआ है। और if I have to tell you about my times, then let me recollect. उस वक्त मैं अकेला इंसान था जो सदैव सरकार के खिलाफ, गवर्नमेंट के खिलाफ बोलता था। I was unmincing in my words in the criticism of the day's government and the people of that time. लेकिन when I compare it with today's world, ये जो रायता विंग है, जिसे लोग अक्सर कई नामों से जानते हैं, ट्विटराटी, लिबरल्स, सेक्युलर्स, अवार्ड वापसी गैंग, खान गैंग, जैसे प्रभु के नाम अनेक हैं, वैसे ही इस गैंग के भी नाम अनेक हैं। ये गैंग मेरे समय में कहाँ थी? मैं पूछता हूँ, ये लोग मेरे सपोर्ट में क्यों नहीं आए? When in my days more than 100,000 Americans were following Bhagwan Osho in Rajneeshpuram, तो ये लोग कहाँ थे? When the President of the United States of America deported me and 23 countries banned my entry, where were these people? मैंने तो हमेशा सत्य के साथ बात की है, लेकिन when I compare my days with what is happening now, my heart really feels at peace. क्योंकि आज भारत में पहली बार ऐसी सरकार आई है, ऐसा सत्ता आया है, जिसे लगता है स्वयं प्रभु परमेश्वर परमपिता ने ही भेजा है। लेकिन I have to say this कि आज की जो जनता है, खासकर जिसे मिलेनियल्स कहते हैं, इनके दिमाग में जंग लगा हुआ है। It's all garbage in their heads. When they have such a beautiful government, they should support it with their full heart. And I also wish to say this. If I ever happen to meet the Raita wing, I will certainly tell them through my speeches that they are wrong. If they still do not understand what I am trying to say, I will screw their happiness. All I have to say is this: if I was born today during these times, I am sure I would have got back my US visa. But alas, time that goes away never comes back. So I wish to conclude by saying, keep calm and create something before it sucks. Well, Osho Naman. Osho was truly a master, and I have just done a gig on Osho because Osho himself has said that my message is laughter, and that's the reason I've used Osho in my laughter or comedy show. Thanks for watching, and that's all for now. Wish you all a happy Diwali. Take care. Jai Shri Ram.